a sandy beach, a line was drawn in the sand. A thrilling motorcycle race was about to begin. All sorts of bikes lined up, their engines roaring with anticipation. But there was one odd bike out, sticking out like a sore thumb. Could such a strange-looking motorcycle even compete? As the race kicked off, the riders took off like wild horses, leaving nothing but dust in their wake. But that bizarre bike? It stayed put, not budging an inch. Turns out, it needed a push start to even get going. By the time it got moving, the other racers were long gone, mere specks on the horizon. The rider gave it his all, pushing his bike to the limit to catch up. But just as he overtook the pack, he wiped out in spectacular fashion. He had lost him on his 1920 Indian motorcycle, beaten by the modern Harleys. The movie is based on the incredible true story of Burt Munro, a former top motorcycle racer from New Zealand. Even at nearly 70 years old, Burt never let go of his lifelong dream, to ride his beloved Indian motorcycle at the Bonneville Salt Flats in Utah and compete in the speed trials. For a decade, Burt's dedication never wavered. Every single morning at the crack of dawn, 5 a.m. sharp, he'd hop on his bike and race to the beach, pushing his motorcycle to the brink to test its top speed. Burt was a craftsman, meticulously making and fine-tuning every crucial component by hand, all in the pursuit of squeezing out every last ounce of speed. Over the years, Burt's house became a shrine to his passion, every inch filled with engine parts and gear. The man lived in a single room, pouring every penny into his bike. He was so broke, he couldn't even afford a boat ticket to the US. But then, life threw Burt a curveball. A sudden heart attack landed him in the hospital. The doc gave it to him straight. Burt had coronary artery disease and his days of pushing the limits were over. It seemed his racing days were done for good. But Burt, he wasn't having it. He knew his time was running out. It was now or never to chase his dream. So he marched right into the bank and put his old house up as collateral, scraping together just enough cash to make the trip to America. Right before he left, a young fan came to see him off. The kid asked, "Is it really worth it, doing all this?" Burt looked him in the eye and said, "5 minutes at full throttle like this? It's worth more than some folks' whole lives. Without a dream, you might as well be a vegetable." With that, Burt said his goodbyes and hit the road. But then, out of nowhere, his old racing buddy showed up. The ringleader tapped on Burt's window, motioning for him to roll it down. Burt wasn't sure what to make of it, but it turned out they had come to see him off, escorting him to the dock in true racing style, the highest honor a racer can give. The ship's crew hoisted up Burt's motorcycle, and the man himself boarded the ship, setting sail towards his dream at long last.